everyone, it's Desiree and welcome. Whether it's your first time here or whether you've been here from the beginning, thank you so much and welcome. So we're at our last video in our third series, and I called this series Simplicity. For those of you that don't know and are new, I do run, well, it's coming back, where I do videos only focusing on pattern paper. Because let's face it, pattern paper can do the work for us. We don't need stamps, we don't need dies. We can let the pattern paper just do all of the wonderful work for us. Now, I do suggest a paper trimmer just to save time. If you don't have one, scissors, ruler, pencil work just fine. Now, in the previous video, I showed you different ways that we could create some unique aspects onto our card, whether that was cutting the card panel down, cutting out a frame, whatever that may be. I showed you those. I'm going to continue with that, but using strips. Okay, using some pattern paper strips. I'm going to use the same paper pad. I know I said we were going to do a paper collection. I changed my mind. Stay tuned for 2024. Yep, my channel. I can do it. Yay! But again, sticking with this idea. That's what we're going to do. All right, so I just have some panels here, and we are just going to have a play with some strips, how we can put them together. Now, there's one page in this paper pack that the strips are decorated. So let's see what we can do with those. We are going to pull in some of the pattern papers for mats, but just having a play with strips. All right. So I'm going to switch over to voiceover on this one. My voice is kind of getting a little with all of the videos and voiceovers that I have been doing. So I'm going to give my voice just a rest. I will do some voiceover, but then at some point I think I'm going to switch over and just turn on the music and you can sit back. And then I'll come back on at the end and explain all of the cards, which I think there'll be 5 that we created. All right, guys. So sit back, grab your paper pad. Forget that. Don't sit back. Don't grab your favorite drink. Nope. Grab your favorite paper pad or scraps. Let's go grab your supplies and let's have fun creating. All right, here we go. And here we are with our next 5 cards. So I'm kind of glad I did this because I'm kind of enjoying it. So the first ones kind of did different things, did cutouts. These we just played with the paper. So here we just cut a base, a less matte or more matte of the card base itself. And again, these are standard A2 size card bases. 1/2 inch strips. Didn't go down less than that, and just created a frame on this panel. If it didn't look that even, I just trimmed one side of it off. Could put a great sentiment on here. These are clear of sentiments for any occasion that just pops up. These are the types of cards that sit in my stash. Because I never know what's going to hit us. Now, if there's something that I do know, yes, I do make a specific card for that. But these are mainly for the ones that pop up. A lot of times in your 6x6 pads, you get those sheets with the strips. You know, the different printouts of the strips, different designs. And we never kind of know what to do with them, maybe. Well, this one I matted onto another piece of the cardstock, put that onto another panel to ensure that we had a wide border, and then just added another 1/2 strip of a very contrasted color strip from the paper pad. Remember, paper pads are made to are designed to go together. It doesn't matter what 2 pieces of paper you choose, they are working together. You may not like the way it looks, but all of the colors, there is a palette that runs through. So you'll never go wrong picking any 2 pieces of paper and putting them together. What you're really looking at is the design, the pattern that's on the paper. Is it close in size? Do you need to put a solid cardstock mat in between? Is there a difference in palette colors that will help the other paper stand out from one another? Those are the things that you want to review. Also, sometimes with the 6x6 pattern papers, there's those 6x6 panels. They take up the whole panel. If you don't have a 6x6 card base or a 7x7 where you could just mat it, you could put it in a 6x6 frame. But why not take that panel, cut it at a certain point, the other panel that you're not crazy about, use as a backing to lift it up, and then just add a very fine strip of a contrasting color on top, and you get this stepping stone effect. Same panel, but it looks like now the tree is behind the snow family. So, different way to look at those big panels. Again, using those 5x5, 5.5 strips, just using, and also some of the strips from that strip panel, putting them onto a solid card base, just putting them down on an angle, grabbing a more solid type of pattern from the pattern paper pad, putting this on top and putting that right in the center. Sentiment would look great going right across that, or it can go right down here in the bottom or up here in the top. And then finally, again, using one of those cut aparts, one of the strips from the pattern paper strip set, taking a section from one of them and layering it on top of another 1/2 inch strip of paper and keeping this area white, and then putting it all on top of a pale pattern paper piece onto our card base. So again, here's 5 more ways to just look at that pattern paper pad to create different designs that you can get to get pretty much 10 different looks now that we have. Now this is what I have left from the paper pad. This is the backing. So I have about 2 full sheets, 3, 4. So I have 4 full sheets left from a 24 page pad, and I have all of these scraps left, and they will be put to good use making tags, for the holidays coming, for the presents, making strippy tags, where, you know, pretty much I do this on a piece of craft cardstock that I've cut into a tag shape, and boom, there is my tag. So again, always save those scraps when it comes to the pattern papers into a 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 pocket. All right. As always, hope I inspired you to dig into your paper pad stash, start breaking into it, start breaking those cards and keeping them in your stash or donating them if you choose. These would make perfect gifts. So here you could put these 5 cards together, bow them up, and then if you have sentiments in your stash, stamp out some sentiments and then just lay those in top with the envelopes, and you have a perfect gift for somebody, quick, easy, and who still loves snail mail as much as you do. So yay. Again, this is no longer available. This is from my stash, which is awesome. That's what I'm promoting here. It's what I'm encouraging. It's what I want you to do. Break into that stash. Put dents into it. I used to be the same way. Oh, I got a whole favorite pattern paper. But trust me, more will come out that you love, unfortunately. Just saying. It's a horrible way to put it, but it's true. But you get to decide what you want to purchase and what you don't. Okay, but use what you have to make room for what you bring in, because trust me, it's a better thought. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below. I love reading those questions in the comment section. I'm answering some of those, but again, continue to look at the community side. Every once in a while, I'm going to come across there, and maybe there's a question that would benefit everybody that somebody asked. So I may put that answer in there. I am going to use that area just a little bit more. Make sure you subscribe and hit that thumbs up, and make sure you ring the bell. Not only should that help you when the next video is live and ready to watch, it should also let you know when I post in the community. So I'm hitting all of yous to make sure that you know what's going on and what's coming up. I know I sound like a broken record, and I know for some it's probably annoying. However, I will continue to say it. Enjoy the art that you create. Enjoy the process. Don't stop loving the craft because yours is not looking like someone else's. Enjoy the craft because know that you are making something out of nothing. Pattern paper is set this way. We turn it into this by just our imagination. So please keep crafting. Don't get stressed. Don't get frustrated. Have fun with it. Try new things. You may like them. You may not. Absolutely. And if you don't like it, you now know. It's no longer a question in your mind. But most of all, remember what's most important for me. Guys, in everything that you do, always be creative. And I will see you in the next series, because this is the last video in series number 3. So we're about to launch series number 4, and that's going to be about just building a scene, whether that's stamping out a scene, die cutting a scene, whatever that is, just building a scene on our cards. So we're going to get into a few more techniques in that one. All right. I will see you guys. Take care and stay safe.